Freakers, tweakers, and goons. Welcome back again. I did not lie. See? Hope first half of your day was cool. My name is Jaheen. I need to figure out how to organize my introductions. And welcome back to Solace. Today part 2, we're going to talk about the simple things. These simple things are the most important thing you'll ever fucking come across in your life. I don't know if you remember the golden rule from being in school, but for example, treating people like how you want to be treated, it is a literal, universal, like fundamental, like I wouldn't call it a law, but it's like right along those lines, because even if you don't get treated the same way you do treat people, the way you present yourself when you treat those people the way you do radiates that energy, so that if other people were to see the interaction going on, they understand who the problem in that circumstance would be. You understand what I'm saying? So we'll start off there. I honestly would recommend, and this is so funny, you just look up a bunch of Facebook quotes, because while you know their aesthetic is very niche, you can actually gain a lot of little bits of knowledge from them. When it comes to simplicity, I guess because it's so simple, most people try to avoid it because they prefer to have their own personalities through their own discerning expressions, and rightfully so. But when we do that, we kind of miss the whole point of those things that are simple. Like, oh, this is a great one. Live, love, laugh. It's corny as fuck, but it's not wrong. You can't say it's wrong. You should live and you should love and you should laugh. It's a very it's a small saying for it, but like, what's the argument against it, right? Things like loving yourself, if you want to love others, you have to. You really do, because if you can't love yourself first, you're not going to be able to express that love to others. You literally would not be able to. So when we do this, we have to start thinking like, well, why am I avoiding the simple things? It's because you think it's not really on shit. That's what it is. You think simple things really aren't going to say anything because you can just read the context in the print. But what I would like you to understand is, while our conscious brain can perceive these words as, oh, okay, I get it, your subconscious is the thing that needs to be rewired with those simple things. Because if your subconscious doesn't believe the simple things don't even matter to begin with. Right? And that's how we get to doing little stupid silly shit that we already know we shouldn't do, but we do it anyways because we're like, oh, well. Another saying, putting your hand on the stove. Why would you do that? You hear it and you're like, that doesn't make much sense. Well, it's because it doesn't make sense. You nailed it right on the fucking head, I promise you. And because it doesn't make sense, well, why do we do it? Because we don't listen. We don't pay attention. And this will be the video starting off next week, when we learn through trial and error. For some reason, some people just have a harder time learning the error part. And so you kind of got to leave their hand on there a little bit longer. Things like you wake up in the morning and just being grateful. Again, your subconscious brain, it understands that to be like optimal, and you know, you have days where it's going to be pretty hard for you to wake up and feel that way. But even in being grateful in the fact that you woke up this morning, I promise you that shit is like a superpower, because once you start moving in that energy, you no longer have that weight on your shoulders that feels like, again. You saying that is making your days like that. I hope you know that. If you wake up and you're like, oh, here we fucking go again. Oh shit, here we go again. There's nothing I could say. Like, there's nothing anybody else could do about that, because that's your perspective, right? Another one, your reality being your perspective. I don't know if you or perspective being your reality. I don't know which way it goes, but I don't know if you've heard the saying where it's like, you know, if two people go through the same city in a car, the person who's hungry is going to be looking at the restaurants, while the other person who's looking into like exploring the city or whatever is looking at the bigger buildings, the landmarks, things like that. Your reality being your perspective and your perspective being your reality is a literal fact. Like, reality is very oriented towards the individual because we have our own little space bubbles in the collective consciousness. And because your little space bubble is your reality, you literally could believe something to death that someone else doesn't even know about. It's not even a part of their life. And that's part of the beauty of life, right? And there's a lot of beautiful things in life, but not a lot of people see it. That's another saying. It's very true if you haven't noticed. There's a lot of small things that can happen throughout our day that could make your day. But because you're more focused on the harder things or things that you know would frustrate you, you're frustrated. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying. So taking into consideration the fact that you don't need, I need to get a new saying. I'm tired of saying consideration, to be honest. But just feel these out. You understand what I'm saying after a while. Or you probably already did to begin with. Just another reflection, to be honest. But I know my message got through to you. I know it did. My geekers, my tweakers, and my goons. Speaking of this, my geekers, I hope you geek hard as fuck, like on some Jeff Hardy shit. My tweakers, I hope you tweak moderately with some moderation. But my goons, why did it do that? But my goons, you'll goon to the day you die. And I respect it. But look into the alternatives. You could also geek and tweak instead of goon. Not to say gooning is bad. I need to stop. Thank you for watching today's video. You know, as always, I love you all. I am always going to be posting Monday through Friday. So Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to have my little moment away. But I'll be back Monday with a video on trial and errors, and we'll go from there. I think I'm more so going to go into the communication direction before I go back into the spiritual direction, but these things will come in time. So thank you again. See you.